Hello math learners, welcome to the part 2 of the pre-finals review for grade 8 mathematics. This is your free access YouTube Edu Creator Math Teacher Ash, and today we will be discussing questions 11 to 20. So without further ado, let's do this. Question number 11. If the standard deviation of test scores in a class is high, what does this imply? Is it A, all students perform the same? B, the scores are very close to the mean? C, there is a little variation among the scores? Or D, the scores are widely spread out from the mean? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, my dear math learners, this is basically the interpretation in terms of standard deviation. Now, if you have a data and you solve for the standard deviation, when your standard deviation is very high in that given data, it means that the values in that given data are widely spread from the mean. Alright, so that is letter D, my dear math learners. Let's check whether we are correct. Easy, right? So I hope you got that one. So now let us go to question number 12. Given that the range of weekly temperature in a province is low, what can be inferred? Is it A, there is a wide variation in weekly temperatures? B, the temperatures are consistent throughout the week? C, the maximum temperature is very high? Or D, there are many extreme values? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, my dear math learners, this is another interpretation in terms of range. Now remember that the range is obtained when you subtract the highest to the lowest. Alright, now if the range is very low, it means that those values are very consistent with each other, meaning the values are very aligned to each values per given data. So which is, in our option, that is closely to letter B. Alright, the temperatures are consistent throughout the week. Let's check whether we are correct. Easy, right? So I hope you got that one. Now let us go to question number 13. If the mean deviation for monthly expenses is low, what does this indicate? Is it A, expenses vary greatly from month to month? B, there are many extreme spending months? C, monthly expenses are close to the average? Or D, the mean expense is very high? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, my dear math learners, for this question, we have the mean deviation that is very low. Okay, so my dear math learners, of course, if we have a deviation that is low, it means that the values of that given data is extremely close to the average or to the mean. So therefore, among the 4 choices, the closest information is letter C. Monthly expenses are close to the average. Of course, if it is high, then the values are widely spread. So let's check whether we are correct. Easy, right? So I hope you got that one, my dear math learners. Now let us go to question number 14. When comparing two datasets with the same mean but different standard deviation, what can be said? Is it A, the datasets have no variability? B, the datasets have the same spread? C, the mean is not a reliable measure? Or D, one dataset is more spread out than the other? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, my dear math learners, now let us analyze first the given. Comparing two datasets with the same mean. So they have the same average, but they have different standard deviation. So what does this imply? Technically, my dear math learners, standard deviation says how spread are the values in that datasets. Okay, so therefore, my dear math learners, if they have the same mean but different standard deviation, it means that one has widely spread data while the other isn't. Alright, that is letter D, my dear math learners. Let's check whether we are correct. Easy, right? So I hope you got that one. Now let us go to question number 15. If a data set has a very high standard deviation, what does this tell us? Is it A, all data points are equal? B, the data points are closely clustered around the mean? C, the mean is 0? Or D, the data points are widely spread from the mean? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, my dear math learners, this question is just the same as what I have discussed earlier in question number 14. If you have high standard deviation, it means that the data points or the values in that data are widely spread. So letter D is the correct answer. Let's check whether we are correct. Easy, right? So I hope you got that one. Now let us go to question number 16. For items 16 to 20, refer to the bar graph below. Bar graph description, number of seedlings planted of different sections in a school 2024. Alright. Question number 16. Which section planted the most seedlings? Is it A, section A, B, section B, C, section C, or D, section E? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, my dear math learners, this question is very easy because what is asked here is what section planted the most. So we just need to find the highest value in the seedlings planted. And that is 750, which is by section E. So letter D is the correct answer. Let's check whether we are correct. Easy, right? Now let us go to question number 17. The same given, how many more seedlings did section C plant than section A? Is it A, 100, B, 150, C, 200, or D, 250? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, my dear math learners, to answer this question, what we need to do is just subtract the seedlings planted by section C to the section A. Okay, section C is 300, section C is 500. So what is the difference between them? Very good, that is 200. Letter C is the correct answer. Let's check whether we are correct. Easy, right? So now let us go to question number 18. What is the total number of seedlings planted by all sections? Is it A, 2,400, B, 2,600, C, 2,800, or D, 3,000? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, my dear math learners, to answer this question, very easy. What you need to do is to just add all these numbers. So 300 plus 650 plus 500 plus 400 plus 750. What is the answer? Very good. I think the answer would be 2,600. Letter B. Let's check whether we are correct. Easy, right? So my dear math learners, I hope you got that one. Now let us go to question number 19. If section D wants to match section E, how many more seedlings does it need to plant? Is it A, 250, B, 300, C, 350, or D, 400? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, my dear math learners, now we will compare section D to section E. So we have here 400, we have here 750. So in order for section D to match with section E, what we need to do is just subtract them. And 750 minus 400, that is what value? Very good. That is 350. Letter C. Let's check whether we are correct. Easy, right? I hope you got that one, my dear math learners. So now let us go to question number 20. Which section planted fewer seedlings than section B but more than section D? Alright, is it A, section A, B, section C, C, section E, or D, none? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, my dear math learners, what we need to do here is to find the section that is fewer than section B, that is 650, fewer than section B, but higher than section D. So, middle of 400 and 650. So, what is that value? Here, we have section C, which is 500. Alright, so the correct answer is section C. Alright, letter B. Let's check whether we are correct. Alright, I hope you got that one, my dear math learner. So I just like to congratulate you for finishing halfway of our reviewer series in preparation for the pre-finals for grade 8 examination. Now, question is, what is your current score among the 20 questions that we have? Kindly share it in our comment section below. If you find this video helpful, please share this to your fellow friends, classmates, and schoolmates. So without further ado, let's go to the next part of the video.